peoples, we are back with another video, and this is for all my artists, all my people who are working hard, all my people who are just constantly bringing out good ideas to the table, you know, bringing them to life. We are back with another video. I'm excited about this one. So this one I was gonna call this one, it was gonna be a question. The title was gonna be, is being underrated good? But I'm scratching that. I'm changing it straight to being underrated is good. Being underrated is good. Yes. So, you know, a lot of people think like, if you say like, so I have a song, how you gonna hate on a kid like me, most underrated artist that you might see? And when you say that you're the most underrated, if you call yourself the most underrated, people deep down get really upset. They can't stand to see you be content with being underrated. It's like people want to be overrated in today's society, but I found comfort in being underrated. Do you understand what I mean? I think a lot of people out here do understand what I mean, but there's a few people that still don't quite get it yet. Still don't quite get where I'm at. And I think in this video, I'm gonna just break it down. For people, if they ever feel confused, why does Ade keep calling himself the most underrated? What the fuck? Here's the video. First of all, we all live in our own worlds, right? In my world, I'm the most underrated because I know what work I put in to get what I have. Nothing was handed to me. I worked and I manifest. So, you guys want to call yourself the most underrated? More power to you. I'm not competing for the title of the most underrated. I'm not competing with nobody. It's just good. It's good. It's a good thing. The definition of underrated, for starters, is it just means not rated or valued highly enough. Okay, so there you go. There you go. In the definition, it says not rated or valued highly enough. That means you know you deserve more. There's nothing wrong with knowing that you deserve more. There's nothing wrong with knowing that you deserve more, okay? The tricky thing about this word underrated is that, like, it's like, okay, well, somebody may ask, well, who do you want to get rated by? Who's doing the rating? You know what I mean? Who's doing the rating? Well, there's people, come on, I'm a musician. Let's be real. I'm a musician. And there's people that rate artists for a living. That's what they do for a fucking living. They must be miserable. But they rate artists for a living and they compare artists and stuff like this, right? I never even got rated. I don't get rated. I'm not even on the chart, bro. They leave me out. So I'm underrated, okay? This is what's good about it. This is what's good about being underrated. So if you ask the question, who's doing the rating? For me, I can't tell you because I'm underrated. I'm underrated, yeah. And the thing is, I'm not valued highly enough by other people, but that doesn't mean that I don't value myself highly. Of course I do. Of course I do. I don't need the validation of others. I don't need to get rated by so many people highly to know that I'm highly rated. I'm underrated, but that doesn't take anything from my personal rating. You feel me? All right, so being underrated is good. Being underrated is super good. And if you guys feel like you guys are underrated, that's more power. There's more power to you. And this is why. Being underrated just means that there's more room for people to appreciate you. You know? So if you're underrated, that means not everybody knows of your work and everything that you do. So that gives more people to discover things about you, or more people to just appreciate the things that you do. Okay? So giving people more room is amazing. Being overrated is like everybody on the fucking radio. You know, everybody's talking about it. It's like it's so overrated. You know everything about them and they're not bringing nothing new to the table. And it's just like, okay. You know, let's say I have a favorite artist, and I'm like, yo, they're underrated. That doesn't mean I don't like the artist. That means I love the artist, and I feel like people should appreciate that artist as much as I appreciate that artist, right? Okay, so being underrated means there's more room to be appreciated. Being overrated means like, all right, I don't even, I can't even stand this anymore. This is gonna be a quick video because this doesn't need to be that big. Underrated is not a bad thing to call yourself, okay? I find it empowering. It's empowering, okay? And I'm not competing with nobody for the title. I'm the most underrated artist, okay? No, you can't tell me. You can't tell me, bro. You can't tell me, bro. But yeah, it's empowering. It's empowering. It's empowering. It's not a bad thing at all. You know, people may seem like I'm complaining when I call myself the most underrated. Nah, nigga, I love this shit. Don't get mad at me because I'm happy. You mad? You mad that I call myself underrated, but I'm happy that I'm underrated? What is it? Do you want me to be overrated? Is that what these people want me to feel overrated? These people want me to be overrated? Being underrated seems like it's more promising. My future is more promising being underrated. It's just like, I could really manifest whatever. I'm not saying people who are overrated can't manifest anything. But I'm just saying, being underrated is more promising because it's like, damn, where is this person gonna go next? Okay? So that's why it's empowering, you know? That I know my value. I know that I'm underrated by the people that do the ratings. And I don't give a fuck about those people. I'm still doing my thing. In the hip hop world, you have all these people saying, yo, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best MC that you ever gonna see, I'm the best, right? They call themselves the best rapper alive. And there's nothing wrong with that, neither. You know, nobody complains, oh, this person's calling himself the best rapper alive. Unless, you know, people really don't like that artist. Anyway, they live in their own world, they could feel the best. That shouldn't take away from you guys. Shouldn't take away from me. They want to feel the best, they feel the best, okay? So I only bring that to mind because it's the comparison. Best means you're the top, you know? You can be underrated in the best, but being underrated is not necessarily meaning you're the best, it just means you should be appreciated more by others. That's all it means. That you should be appreciated more by others. And if I was to say that I shouldn't be appreciated more by others, then I'm lying to myself and I'm not valuing myself. Feel me? So being overrated means you get too much praise. You get more praise than you deserve. And I know I don't. I'm not saying I don't get praise. I love when I get praise. Because from time to time, I deserve the praise. The people show out, bro. The people show out, buy the $100 vinyl, buy the $150 vinyl, buy $50 t-shirts. People show out. In a sense, that is the praise, that is the respect that I get, you know, and I'm not complaining. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. I don't want to get too much praise than I deserve, you know, like people saying that like if it's real, like, let's say for like happiest people in the World Wide Web, there's so many people that contributed to that project in terms of features and instrumentation. If those people don't get praise too, and I get praise for that, you know, then maybe I'll become a little bit overrated. And the people that will contribute to the project will, you know, be a little bit more underrated. But this is not the case here because every person that I work with, I extend my gratitude and I show them how grateful I am, and I give them their flowers all the time. All the time. There's not one time where I don't acknowledge the people that participate on Happiest People or On to Better Things or Sunny Path. I acknowledge them all the time. All the time. Then again, I still release the stuff myself. I still produce the stuff myself. You know, it's not like everything was handed to me. It's not like I just woke up and then here I am. Because if that was the case, then I wouldn't deserve any praise, personally. If things were just handed to me, and you know, or let's just say if I you know, had all these people back me up and wanted me to be famous, and then I became famous, and then I want to be like, yo, like nobody, I did this on my own. Nobody supported me, when literally people are still supporting me to this day. Then I feel like, you know, this person doesn't deserve praise because they want it all for themselves. There's a lot of overrated artists right now who people, you know, praise big, but then their actions don't even reflect positively. They may have, you know, people loving their music, but then they're a shitty person. I think those are the people who are overrated. I literally do all that I can for my people. And now I'm just in a moment where I'm deciding who's my real people. So I can go out all out for those people. I'm not ever gonna stop being who I am. I'm just gonna show out for my people, for the people that appreciate the stuff that I do, and appreciate who I am. I don't think there'll ever be a world where I become overrated. I'll always be underrated, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I think people got a little bit confused. Like, underrated is where I want to be, and that's where I am. And people can't take that away from me if that's what I want. You know, I think the fact is everybody wants to be underrated, but not everybody's underrated. It's just the truth. Not everybody's underrated. People want to be underrated, but still remain overrated because the fucking hype and success. I stay underrated, bro. You know how many people? You know how many people listen to my music, listen to my contributions, feel my energy without knowing who I am? That's beautiful. That is beautiful. That is so beautiful. Okay? So there's nothing wrong with being underrated, y'all. If you're underrated, that's a good thing. It's not a complaint. People in today's world just look at what you have and equate that to your success. So people would be like, well, Ade, like, you have this, you have that, you have this. How are you gonna say you're underrated? Come on, y'all. Come on. You think of it. You guys have a favorite artist in mind that you call underrated. They may be famous, they may do fucking world tours, but you still think they're underrated. It's not about what you have that makes you underrated. It's the fact that, you know, you love that person. Being underrated just means you love that person so much and you feel like they should be loved even more. Okay? So, if you want to take that away from me, then that tells me you're hating. That tells me that you're hating on me. That tells me that you don't want me to be loved more. You don't want me to be valued more. Or enough. You feel like it's enough. Yo, Ade, I think where people are valuing, you're good right there. That's enough. Because that's what the definition means. Not rated or valued highly enough. So if you have a problem with me saying I'm underrated, then you hate me. Or you're hating on me. Because you don't hate me. I know you love me. You hating on me. Don't let these people hate on you, yo. Don't let these people hate on you. Because you can't say, well, Ade, you made beats for Earl. You did this. You went to London and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I did all that. And I'm very grateful. Okay? That doesn't mean I'm not underrated. I'm underrated because people don't know the work that I do every single day. The positive impact that I have on a lot of artists a lot of people don't even know the impact that I have on artists who are popping now. I played that role and I lived it. You know, I'm not blind to it because I lived it. I seen these people work with me or be around me, you know, and it helped their career. I'm sorry that I can't ignore that. I'm sorry. I can't ignore that, okay? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing that people I work with become successful, okay? And they want to be where they want to be in life, okay? There's nothing wrong with that, all right? I'm underrated. I don't care. I don't care what nobody says. If you're mad about it, then you have to reevaluate why you're mad. But I love myself just how I love myself. That's fine. I will always speak highly of myself, and I encourage you guys to do the same. Always speak highly of yourself, okay? You can say you're the best, fine. You can say you're the most underrated, fine. Speak highly of yourself. Don't say you're overrated. Oh, I'm the most over. Why would I ever call myself the most overrated? Or why would I call myself the worst? Or why would I say what I'm doing is not good enough? Why would I constantly tell myself that? You gotta always speak highly of yourself. And the tricky thing with the word underrated is it has the word under, and then when you think you're under, you think it's negative because you want to be over, okay? But under doesn't just always have a negative connotation to it, because I make music in hip hop, but I'm not mainstream. I'm underground. You know, you may look at underground like underground, but I know underground is the roots. Underground, okay? You know, I had a homie. We was going back and forth about this. Me calling myself underrated because I have that song Like Me. He was like, you know what, man? He couldn't understand it. He was like, you know what, man? He was stressed. You know what, man? Just make a video about this. And I was like, okay, I will. I will make a video about it. You know, and you know, I know it's not for him to watch. I know he's saying this. I know, in a sense, he said it for me. Like, I should make a video about it for myself, so I can, you know, properly communicate why I think being underrated is a good thing and it's not a bad thing or a complaint. Okay, it's a good thing. And if you guys misinterpret it, that's on you, because if you feel like, oh, Ade's ungrateful, he says he's underrated, but he has this and that and the third, you took it out of context, and it's not my fault from now on. I'm underrated, and I'm grateful for everything I have. That's okay. That's okay. Because I know everything that I do. I know all the work that I put in, and nobody could take that away from me. I know that there's more love to come. There's more love to come. That's what underrated means to me. And you guys know it, because all the artists that you call underrated, you don't dislike their music. You don't dislike their work. You love their work. Alphonse, extremely underrated artist right now. I love that man's work. Drop the project, Trust Yourself. The dude is amazing, man. More is to come. More abundance and blessings is to come to him because he's underrated. When you're overrated, it's like, all right, we heard enough of you. Okay? Okay? There's people who are underrated. That means you love them and you want more for them. So if I love myself, if I say the same thing for myself, I'm underrated. That means I love myself and I want more for myself. Why are you upset? Or why do you disagree? Reevaluate what you think underrated means, because if I catch you and I find that you a hating ass nigga, you know I'm out. I'm out for you. Because I'm only surrounded by love. I'm only surrounded by love. Now, this one's for the comment section. Is being underrated a good thing? Because I was gonna name the title of this. I'm just gonna name it. Being underrated is a good thing. But I'm open for discussion. Is being underrated a good thing? And am I wrong for calling myself the most underrated artist? Is that ego driven by calling myself the most underrated artist? I'm not saying that you guys have to believe that I'm the most underrated artist. Some people do, because they don't make art, so there's no competition. and my music connects to them. So some people truly believe that, and that's their belief. I'm not gonna take that away from them. I'm not gonna say, hey man, I'm not the most underrated artist. Get out of here. Cause I really feel like I am one of the most, let me just say one of the most, okay? Because I'm not competing. Yeah, and I don't wanna exclude anybody. Feel me? If you feel like you're the most underrated artist and you're watching right now, you are the most underrated artist. So I'm one of the most, and you are one of the most too. Because we are one of the world. But anyway, is being underrated a good thing or a bad thing? Let me know what you guys think. Peace, my peoples. I love you. We got some more videos coming soon. Run up the other videos. I got gems. If you guys feel like this was a good video, or interesting conversation. The videos I was uploading like 3 weeks ago on just like my independent journey, those are gems. Those are gems, and I think that if you haven't watched it yet already, you will love it. So thank you for finding this channel. Thank you for clicking this video. Thank you for watching up to this point. I really do appreciate you guys, and you guys are the most underrated fan base in the world. Love you. Peace.